Okay, let's see what happens in the epilogue. My father is suffering from Morgan's insanity. His doctor has given up on him, but Dr. Robertson told me there might be a way to save him. She said it might be possible to stop the infection spreading by cutting the poisonous thoughts from his mind, but she said it was beyond her skill. Okay. Poisonous thoughts definitely sounds like a curse. Oh, well, Morgan's insanity. Yeah, she already said what it was. So let's look up Morgan's insanity in here. This is protection against insanity. This is the symbol for insanity. It could be a diverging hook. Probably should have kept reading to remind myself what a diverging hook is. But it's too late for that. Oops. There we go. Let me put these. There we go. And we have an item. It's the light of Corkin. Whoops. Where'd I put them? I just moved oh, here it is. Perfect. There's an old hermit living out past wastewater who barely comes into town. He brings me lists now and then for odd things. This time he wants something that will pull water from thin air. No idea if he's mad or onto something, but I said I'd ask around. Pull water from thin air. Well, we have a few watery things that we haven't used. So let's look for water. Manus and Water Shadow. According to Whitlock, these are lighter than an evocant by half. Not exactly the most useful insight. They are carried by desert nomads who use them to conjure precious water from the cool night air. Lighter than an evocant by half. Okay, so what is the evocant? Stones weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important. Placed on the chest of... Okay, so let's look for evocant. Is this it? Okay, so here's the evocant, and we're looking for something that's like half of that. Where's that other one that has a watery... This one? This looks more likely. Yes. Manus. I mean, Manus also makes sense because it's a hand. Well, that's Manos, but still. Potato, potato. My lungs are shot. My doctors have told me to settle my affairs. But I'm not ready to give up. Not yet. I've heard a local story about the Witch of Undermere and her healing abilities. They say it's dangerous and painful, but sometimes it works. Okay, I know there was one about, about your lungs. The Breath of Lyra. That's breathe underwater. Okay, nothing in here about the Breath of Lyra. Maybe choke? Choke or choking? No. What about lungs? No. Maybe there's something in here about the Witch of Undermere. Nope. Alright. I think I need a witch's finger here. Okay, so we're supposed to look through this for the word witch. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. And this has the symbol for witch, and it has a moon. There's also this. Okay. Oh, witch refers to a yew tree, and this is made of yew. My farm is diseased, my crops won't hold, and even my animals are uneasy. My old man says the earth's angry. He says I should call upon Corkin for wisdom and blessings. Can you help? This land's all I got. Call on the guile and wisdom of the goddess Corkin. She is the goddess of the earth, creation, and rebirth. Let's look for... Okay, wisdom is the V. Page flag. This is all of those seasonal elements. A stone of the earth and nature. Maybe. Yeah. Serpent goddess, imposing aura, jade. Getting closer. I collect rare artifacts, especially those with, shall we say, questionable uses. A weaving edge is always fascinating me. I don't plan on using it, heavens no. Blood magic, old traditions. I simply must have it. That's still creepy, lady. A weaving edge is used to enter the Red Night, a bloodthirsty state of mind. Tradition dictates that the handle should be made from the wood of great oak. Is this great oak? It is polished wood, streaked with red. Okay, it's not that. I'm barreling too far. Oh, also, we should move this evocant so it doesn't get lost. A handle made of wood. Oak, if I'm not mistaken. I've read the tales of Caloris from cover to cover. I was surprised to learn of some of the powers he could wield. Did you know that he could walk through walls? I read that he used a water shadow, but that we have lost the knowledge of how they work over the years. I don't expect I'll get very far with it, but I'd like to study one all the same. Who knows? Perhaps I'll succeed where others have failed. All right. Water's shadow. Alleged that a water's shadow can be used to pass through solid matter, but the art has long faded from memory. The items themselves are often uninteresting, producing only a faint thaumic field. Perhaps there is a result of going unused for many years. Well, we do have this item for water. Let's see if its thaumic energy is super faint. I can't verify how faint that is compared to other things. But it's also really weathered, so I'm just gonna guess it anyway. Shoot. Okay, don't do that. What else do... Oh, what's the symbol for water? Water is just a regular old triangle. This quiet lances my body. That is so much trial and error. Okay. I don't really know what I'm looking for in this energy. Okay. I feel like that's so subtle to find. Okay, so this was a water shadow. I've been studying old text references to things hidden beneath the surface of our world. They mention the use of a spirit eye to see beyond the veil. It's something I'd like to experience for myself. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed on them. Okay, so we have this one and we have this one. So let's try both. There we go. First try. My grandmother followed the old ways. She kept a Dradic altar in the cellar. She believed in asking for nature's blessing before a harvest. I found a note about a ritual meant to bring abundance, but it needs an Argyll. This seems like the place to find one. A vessel of the earth, used in various Dradic rituals. Thanks! Okay. Vessel of the... Well, I mean, this makes sense, right? Yeah. Keep them coming. I worked the riverbed, searching for stones, amethyst, jade, maybe Vivianite if I'm lucky. It's hard to spot 'em in the muck. But I heard about these remnants that let you feel the glimmer through the dirt. Worth a shot. Okay, so... that's not where we're gonna find remnants. Not in here either. You feel the glimmer through the dirt. I wonder if this spins. Nope. We only have so many objects that are not... I'm gonna start moving some things around really quick. I want all of the unidentified things together. This one. This one. Let me clear more room. Okay. Technically, this hasn't been labeled, even though we're pretty sure we know what that is. Okay, I think that's everything. Something that will... I heard about these remnants that let you feel the glimmer through the dirt. Strong sense of being watched. Disquiet. Let me get a hint just this one time. I'm looking for a rare Aries remnant. Okay. Oh no. I heard Aries and I just went for the ram without thinking. Abrasive Mether, Lunima, Shin, Stormward, Tormund's Bane, and Zaya. Made of a single material except wood or clay, no symbol or other writings on their surface, worn about the neck to place them close to the heart. Okay, I think this is the Zaya. I'm just gonna try to suss out what everything is. This is my new. I already have that. Corvin's Might. Assassin's tool that makes use of Wixic power. A gift came to her from an unlikely source. She turned the tide of battle, and the legend of Bloody Queen was born. Pay homage to the Bloody Queen's gift. Maybe this? Not as confident. A Lunima. Moonpool of Heart of Tranquility harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease. This uses all of the elements. So I'm guessing this is a Lunima. A Shin. Common items made for using materials with a connection to the ocean. Okay, so this is probably... Oh, I left this one over here. This is probably a Shin. Oops, wrong way. Storm Ward. Low level protection against the elements. Personally become soaked to the bone and won too many downpours to trust those claims. Made from metal, typically bronze or iron. Is this wood? Bronze. Oak. This does have all the elements on it though. So I wonder if that's the weather thing. The Storm Ward. And Tormund's Bane. Cure Tormund's paralysis. Emit a diurnic field. Okay, that's the triangle. Okay, I think I'm missing something. Because none of these things are diurnic. Either way, I still don't know what they mean by Aries Remnant. Looking for an item that has gemstones arranged in the pattern of the Aries constellation. Do we even have something with the constellations? Like, I know we have the symbol for Aries in here. do we? Actually, we don't. So how are you supposed to find that? You're just supposed to know? Okay, what does Aries look like? I mean, it kind of just looks like a line, which is what most of the constellations look like to me. I'm very confused by this one, in case you couldn't tell. The orientation of the gemstones isn't necessarily the same as in the sketch. What sketch? I'm so confused. Oh my god, I've already found this. I'm so dumb. Okay. No wonder I wasn't finding it. I'd already found it. I've just, yeah. Yeah. This is it. Oh my god. Okay. Well, at least I've identified some of the things. So hopefully that makes this go okay. Hit a bit of a snag and I've had to shut down the quarry. Our dynamite supplier has had a little accident. I'll spare you the details. I wonder, is there anything among your fine collection that could get us up and running again in a short time? I'm losing money by the minute. I don't know. I will look. This is an assassin's tool, so no. Power the elements to create an aura of unease and to ward people away, so no. Keep boats safe. Help old thaumaturges. They became something more, many lives were saved. Doesn't really sound relevant. Storm ward. Curses. Fear and paranoia. Maybe money or wealth? I don't know what he wants. I think a pit would work here. Sure. My thesis is on the psychology of fear, but books can only take me so far. I need to feel it properly. I'm sure you have something. Okay, I read that entry enough to know that it was this one. So we can confirm that one has been properly identified. I've been looking into the Corvin, Bloody Queen, for a book on historical figures that I'm writing. I'm finding it surprisingly difficult to verify much of her story. I was hoping to take a look at one of the Bloodstone's artifacts that were created in her name. If you have one, of course. Okay. Bloodstone. Nope, not what I wanted. Actually, let's just... oh, okay. So we just know that it is a bloodstone. I mean, it could be this. Yeah. Corvin's Might. Alright, let's move this out of the way. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, just shift their thinking a little. Sometimes all it takes is a suggestion in the right state of mind. Do you have anything suitable? I think... okay. I think it's this. But again, let's verify. Used to purge unwanted memories. Okay, no, not this. Maybe it's the Lunima? Used to keep people away from places they're not wanted. Okay, I don't know that it's any of the things that we have not yet identified. So let's look at mind. It might be one of the metters. Enter a meditative state versus solemn. I clicked the wrong... oh, here we go. Permits the drinker to forge pathways into the mind to recall what has been... I don't know that any of those are it. This is storing a memory. This is punishment to amplify guilt. This is to see different pathways. Protect against insanity. Reach the mind of the recently deceased. Shift their thinking a little. Yeah, I'm not sure. Suggestibility. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have found a Morgan's Folly already. Yes, I have. Okay, so it's just a matter of finding it. Why am I having so much trouble just finding this? I swear I've looked at everything. I'm so baffled. How does it take so much effort to find something I've already found? Because it's ticked off. It says I have found this. have no idea where this thing went. It's not this, right? No. That thing is like permanently in here. I'm looking for something with a hit. Is it? It can't be this because... I guess I just decided. I don't know why it was ticked off that I had this, but then I just wrote hypnosis. Like, how is that helpful past me? My sons are out of control. Jail doesn't teach them anything. A year behind bars and they came back worse. I want them to feel the wrong they've done. Real penance so that they might change their ways. Jesus Christ, lady. Okay. So something like about regret? It's not the Mether. Is this one the Lunima? No. Create an aura of unease that they're not welcome. I don't think that's it. And this is about safety in the ocean. Storm Ward, Tormund's Bane. Protection against paralysis. Okay, let's, I think it's the thing that causes the guilt. Okay, so maybe it's the binding seed. Yeah. There's a lawman snooping around the blacksmith's guild. Can't have 'em poking into parts of the business they're not supposed to, if you catch my drift. I need a way to keep 'em out. Okay, thank you for telling me what it is that you want. Hallelujah. Okay, we can remove this question mark and move this out of the way. Can't bear the pain any longer. I would rather have no memory of her at all than suffer like this. Don't try to talk me out of it. I've already made up my mind. Alright. Oops. Now they're all back together. My brother captains a small fishing vessel in Havering. There was a big storm last month and 2 boats never came home. I remember what the old sailors used to carry. Charms, tokens, things to keep the sea calm, or at least keep you afloat. I want to give him something like that, just in case. Two unidentified items. Okay. Is this a curse? Are you cursed, sir? Tormund's paralysis. Okay, there's something that's supposed to help cure. Cut it out, you two. The cats are getting antsy because it's close to their food time. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis. Okay, This looks like it could be rolled. The other thing does not. Finally! Tormund's Bane. Okay, now let's go see what this guy had to say. I thought I'd be silent forever. I've been studying the eye and trying to give a voice to the markings on the stones. Next thing I knew, I couldn't speak. It's been a dreadful few weeks. Okay. Will this be it? Will this last one be the last one? Don't give me a task. Rain again. Soaked to the bone before I'm halfway through my rounds. I'm fed up with it. I've got a few bob to spare if you know a way to keep me dry. Oh boy, do I. Stormward. And there we have it. Finally, every item accounted for. Give Jupiter some pets. And end the day. And that was Strange Antiquities. I did not expect the epilogue to suck me in for that much extra time. But now I can satisfyingly say that I've finished my first playthrough. And, you know, I would not mind coming back again to see what some of those other endings look like. I am quite curious. I never played through all of the endings of Strange Horticulture for that matter, so maybe one day I'll come back to them and just play them as a pair to just like unlock some of those extra stories. But for now, we are finished, and I think I already have the next game picked out. I'm very excited to play that because it's been strongly recommended to me from a couple of friends, and I think it's going to be a good time. Let me know what you thought about Strange Antiquities, and I will see you next time. Bye!